didn't invite anyone to my house, either in my yard, to see my car in there. They had no plate on there. They gave me a $100 fine, and I dragged down to the thing, and I had to pay it. I didn't invite anybody in for that either. So I wish somebody would drag this stuff down to my house and look at the devastation down there and see if they can help me, at least. I'm a taxpayer here. My taxes are up to date. Well, just about anyway. But I'm not looking for a handout. I'm just looking for a hand. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a hand. Somebody that's coming, just give me some reassurance that I don't know if FEMA, I don't do anything about LIPA or not, but since these pumps have been going 24/7, and I mean, these electric bills are out of sight as it is, and I did go to LIPA to see if they would do anything. Same thing again. I don't know, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, well,
and so we don't know, what are we to do?
we met with LIPA today. 4 people from LIPA today on this very issue, and I'm going to be honest with you, they're not sending Leroy Barnes to help you. They're not doing anything, and I don't know what to say to you other than you're going to have, LIPA is governed by a board of trustees. The issue came up at the Jamesport community, or the Jamesport Fire Department meeting, so we set this meeting up, and they didn't have an answer. They said you could try to grieve it, but that's not going to get you anywhere, is more or less what I heard. But LIPA, the residents, you're not alone. You need to talk to LIPA. I can't do anything about that, unfortunately. We did try. Okay. Thank you.
Robert Brown, Riverside, and I'm representing Long Island Organizing Network, Lions. Dear Riverhead Town officials, we need your assistance concerning the recent flooding in Riverhead, New York. On Tuesday, March 30th and Wednesday, March 31st, Riverhead received approximately 9 inches of torrential rain in 36 hours, causing many areas within the town to flood. Horton Avenue receives the most damage from the flood waters that primarily ran from the higher elevations of farmland to the sewer areas inhabited by people on Horton and Osborne Avenues. The damage sustained by Horton Avenue was the worst in the entire northeast corridor, according to FEMA. On Monday, April 5th, 2010, Ms. Barbara Lynch from FEMA came to assess the damage to approximately 15 homes, 13 of which still remain uninhabitable. Despite the overwhelming agreement of the FEMA team during their evaluation that the devastation was the worst in the entire Northeast and the worst they had seen since Hurricane Katrina, the residents of Horton Avenue are being denied federal FEMA aid. The denial, we are told, is due to the technicality that according to them, the number of affected dwellings in the Suffolk County area is fewer than 100. In view of the following facts, we believe advocacy must be pursued by your board and other elected officials. Given Governor Patterson's actions, we have been told that remedies must be sought from the local level up. Although there are pockets of severe devastation in Riverhead, there is also damage in other areas of our town and other areas of Long Island's East End. We have documented damage in the Flanders area of Southampton Town, which shares our Riverhead zip code. There is damage in Calverton and Wading River, as well as severe damage in Shirley. We are still in the process of collecting data. Given the closeness of Long Island's groundwater to the surface, we expect to find additional incidents as well as worsening conditions in incidents already reported. The National Weather Service has published data which shows that the worst damage wrought by the storm crossed waterways and state lines, cutting a swath of devastation across eastern Long Island, parts of Rhode Island, and Massachusetts. Both of those states were given federal disaster designation, but we were not, even though we are shown clearly by the data to have been in the same storm area. In previous storms where there was far less devastation, the few homes on Dune Road in West Hampton received millions of dollars of government aid to replace sand and remedy the beach erosion. We have been given contradictory information by FEMA and the federal county emergency management authorities. FEMA has told us they will accept additional damage reports and add them to their original assessment. The county office, on the other hand, insists that no complaints will be added to the preliminary FEMA damage assessment. People's ability to get to and from work have been affected as numerous vehicles were completely ruined, exacerbating the already serious pressure on jobs available to Riverhead residents. The runoff that left our neighborhoods under 6 to 8 feet of water for 11 days contained contaminants including fertilizer, oil, and pesticides. People are still pumping out as of this writing. our recently built catch basin and underground drainage was proven to be inadequate for the torrential storm that occurred. Congressman Tim Bishop, Senator Laval, Assemblyman Mark Alessi, and Sean Walters, our town supervisor, and all our town council members agree that something must be done to assist the people displaced by the storm. At the same time, FEMA is saying there is no money to fund the much-needed effort. Many of the hard-working people in Riverhead have spent their lives working to share in the American dream. Now that their homes are paid for and they are older, how are they supposed to start over? This is simply unacceptable and unfair. The problems have been known. Remedial action was attempted previously. Now FEMA expects Riverhead and other areas of Suffolk County to bear the cost of so-called low-interest loans when most of those affected are homeless and are trying not to become unemployed as well. If ever there was a time for elected officials to collaborate across party lines and town boundaries, the time is now. It is not the banks that need to be bailed out. We, the people, are requesting that you take the following actions. Advocate on behalf of the people of our town that federal disaster funds be directed to Riverhead and other areas of eastern Long Island to permanently remedy the chronic flooding and make reparations to those of us who have been so severely affected. Publicly encourage those persons and businesses who have suffered severe catastrophic loss to report it. Attend a public meeting within the next 2 weeks with our organization so that together we can help frame workable and fair solutions for affected residents in Suffolk County. Sincerely, the officers and members of Long Island Organizing Network.
My name is Joyce Anderson. I'm one of the Horton Avenue victims. It was devastating. But the other night, my oil burner in my basement is dead. It was underwater. I had someone from Matituck Plumbing and Heating come in and try to fix it. They tried to repair it a little. They got it running. And the other night, 5 o'clock in the morning, me and my family sleeping. We hear all this rattling. We run downstairs. My basement is completely filled with smoke. Water shooting out of my oil burner. And I'm like, we're gonna die in here. Something needs to be done. Right now, I have no hot water. I have no heat. I don't know what to do. I have no money to replace my oil burner. And if I do dish out the money to replace my oil burner, maybe you guys have someone, or you know someone who could, donate.
Are you,
I'm at my wit's end. I don't